Welcome to PRNZ TV. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the passage from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Please be seated for a moment of silence. Good morning. Today is Friday. It is March 3rd, 2017, and here are your morning announcements. Today's lunch is mini corn dogs, french fries, vanilla ice cream, and milk. We have one birthday today. Douglas Bird turns 8 today. Happy birthday. Remember to go get your scholar tag from the office and your coupon for an Otter Pop. Our class meeting topic today is discuss what your classroom should look like when you leave at the end of the day. All right, and our attendance. Yesterday our attendance was at 92%. In kindergarten, Miss Mount's class and Mrs. Parkey's class had 100%. In first grade, Mrs. Brandt, Mrs. Palmer, and Mrs. Prochi had 100%. In second grade, we didn't have anyone above 95%. In third grade, Mrs. Goldsmith's class had 97%. In fourth grade, Miss McLaughlin's class had 96%. In fifth grade, we did not have anyone with over 95%. And in our 3, 4, 5 combo classes, we had Mr. Roja and Miss Doyle's class with 100%. Orchestra students, fifth grade orchestra students, please remember to return permission forms for the Amphi String Festival to Mrs. Gale, and that is from Miss Foreman. Remember, we are looking this month again for a 4S line. That's a really important behavior on campus. It is very important that we are doing that no matter what grade level, no matter where you are on campus, that we see that 4S behavior. All right, our academic vocabulary, event, and summarize. I haven't heard these from anyone this week yet, so I'm looking for people to tell me how to use event and summarize in all of your classes. All right, it's that time of the week where we get to celebrate our star scholars. Elijah from USC for being respectful, responsible, and kind. Elijah is always an active listener, shows respect while others are talking, and is helpful to others, and that's from Mrs. Brandt. Johannes W. is a Princeton Tiger, respectful and responsible. Excellent job explaining the process of subtracting by making a 10, from Mrs. Keckley. Layla M. is a Princeton Tiger. Responsible, reading silently and independently. Layla is a great worker too, from Mrs. Brandt. Naya H. from Marshall for being responsible. Great job being here and on time, from Mrs. Schickling. Tushimi from LSU for being respectful and responsible. Thank you for your role model work, from Mrs. Gale. Jackson from Southern Utah University for being respectful and responsible, working so hard on his Azella test. He was such a role model, from Mrs. Doyle. Morelli T. from University of Washington for being kind, helping her teacher clean up the classroom, from Miss McLaughlin. LaShawn from the U of A for being responsible, working quietly and returned a book, from Mrs. Schickling. Love from Denver University for being responsible. Awesome participation in math. I think that's San Diego University, sorry, from Miss Mueller. Maciel L. from the Missouri Tigers, respectful, responsible, and kind, being a hard worker in art class, from Mrs. Ellis. Lorenzo E. for being respectful and kind, helped to take Anthony G. to the nurse. He was very respectful and helpful. And that was given by, a guest teacher, Mrs. Byron's guest teacher. Tambari from SDSU for being respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. A great role model from Miss Mueller. Natalie from Wisconsin for being responsible and safe. Thank you for scholar work and being responsible from Mrs. Gale. Tiana from Wisconsin, respectful and responsible. She listened and sang as we learned a sight word song from Miss Bronson. Gerardo from Auburn for being respectful and responsible, participating like a scholar from Mrs. Holt. Farhan from from AFA, responsible. Farhan has shown so much academic growth this quarter from Mrs. Parkey. Valerie from Syracuse for being respectful and responsible. Excellent job explaining thinking from Miss Glavin. Victoria from Montana State for being respectful and responsible. Thank you for being respectful with your part in Drummer Hoff from Mrs. Gale and Miss Keckley. Ty from USNA for being responsible, helping to clean up from Mrs. Owen. Connor from Auburn for being respectful, listening during the concert from Miss Goldsmith. Asina O from Texas for being responsible. Great job in music, showing responsibility and playing the melody at the right time from Mrs. Gale. Landon H from the University of Arizona for being kind, helping Miss McLaughlin clean up a lunch table, and that's from Miss McLaughlin. Lily G from Virginia Tech for being responsible, always being a scholar in math. She's a fraction expert from Mrs. Harris. Rosalind for being responsible by writing a 20-word summary from Mrs. Holt. Destiny from Colorado for being responsible for getting right to work and getting it done from Miss Levine. Araceli S from SUU for being respectful and responsible. Thank you for being a music role model for Mrs. Gale. Ashley Z from Texas for being respectful and responsible. Thank you for doing all of your music work like a scholar from Mrs. Gale. And Joanna from Florida Seminoles, being respectful, responsible, safe, and kind. Joanna is working very hard and is being an awesome scholar from Mrs. Freitag. Wow, that was a lot of celebrations, and I love hearing all the great work that you are doing, scholars. Keep it up. All right, it's time for our Mustang Scholar Pledge. On my honor, I promise to be a scholar, treat others as I would like to be treated, be respectful, responsible, safe, and kind, and take pride in my school and myself. I am college bound. Have a great day, scholars. Oh, Moo Surrey!